Good morning, 4:51. Time for a look at markets. Overnight ag market trade with Randy Martinson of Progressive Ag. Good morning, Randy.
Hey, good morning, Mac. How's it going this morning?
Well, you tell us. How are those markets doing this morning?
Well, we are seeing a little bit of strength across the board. We're kind of, after yesterday's a little strength, we're putting it together and we're still seeing a little bit of gains. We're up about 3 to 4 in wheat market. Corn and soybeans also a little bit on the higher side, up in that 5 to 6 area. So not performing all that bad. It's kind of nice to see a couple of back-to-back higher sessions. Hopefully we can hold it as we go into the day session. It seems like once that starts, we seem to slip a little bit.
Now, was it all the Fed that delayed an interest rate rise, or were there other fundamentals in the market?
I think that was the big part of it because the market, everybody's waiting to see what the Fed was going to do, and they were worried that they were going to increase interest rates, and that even had the stock market a little bit on the defense. But once they came out with their and made their announcement, it did help to support the grains. It dropped the dollar significantly. The dollar dropped over 2 cents yesterday. Crude was up about $2. Both kind of calmed down towards the end of their session, and even overnight they're trading with the dollar higher again and with crude a little bit lower. But in the big picture, we're looking at not much changing for the next 6 weeks from the Fed. That, of course, brought some support in. Now the market will focus on the acreage report at the end of the month.
And until then, do you expect kind of sideways trade? Most analysts were expecting falling, slowly eroding market prices. Could we stay sideways for a while?
I think we'll stay sideways now for a while, maybe a little bit stronger. I mean, we've taken all of our risk premium out of this market, and we're at a time frame when we have the most risk because it's spring. We haven't got the crop planted, so it does appear that we're going to see an early spring and that things could go good as we start planting. But we're not there yet, and this market needs to put a little risk premium, a little bit of a incentive to plant the crop, you might say, into this market, and since we have none.
All right. The calf crop is coming, and it's been almost an ideal calving season, isn't it?
It has been. It's actually enjoyable to be calving again because, last year we fought the mud. 2 years ago we started off good, but then we had snow and rain, and it got to be an ugly year. But so far, knock on wood, it's been really good this year as we started the calving, and good luck so far across the board. That could be a little negative because that means that we're going to save more calves, and that means a bigger calf crop.
Right, but even so, near limit up moves in the cattle yesterday.
Cattle had a very good performance, and some of that I think had to tie to the fact that interest rates are going to change, and that we're looking at still a lot of consumers having extra disposable income to burn. And then with the high price of beef right now, we need that extra money from the cheaper fuel to be able to go afford it at the grocery store.
All right. Well, for National Ag Week, go out and buy a steak and thank a farmer.
That's a good plan.
All right. Thank you. Randy Martinson, Progressive Ag in Fargo. Coming back with another check of the forecast and a preview of what's coming up next on the Valley Today.